Amen.
Doesn't
Amen.
stop.
You got a little French bread there, too?
Yeah, I know. And I put some tartar sauce on there.
Hey, that sounds good.
You just can't make this shit up. You really can't.
You can, but
Yeah.
why?
This is mine. I don't want to forget it.
All right. Everybody ready? Just, Joe? You
Joe?
hit it?
I hit it.
Oh, he hit it, right?
Oh.
Hit it.
Hello, Facebook world.
Hi, Facebook.
What's going on, everybody? We're just setting up for the show. We're going to have we got two guests now, and then we're going to have another guest calling in at 7 p.m. She's a good friend of mine. She's like a sister to me. She sings the best music in the world.
Freestyle.
Freestyle
Is there a bathroom
legend.
around here?
Freestyle legend. Edie's calling in.
Hey, I'm not getting.
Seven.
I'm not getting the video.
7 p.m. Huh?
The video's not coming up on Facebook.
Not on your page?
No.
Oh, okay. Hold on. It's on your page.
It says live.
I switched accounts, I think.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Where?
On your account.
Yeah, it is on my account.
Okay, so you're not getting the video?
No.
All right, let's see what's going on. Hold on. Good thing's a live show.
Yeah.
We'll be back, Facebook guys.
You got it right
Oh,
there.
I got
He's
it. I got it.
He's
It came back on.
He no looking too good.
No, what'd you do? No,
I ain't doing nothing.
You just got to scroll down, Ralph. Come on.
I did.
No, he used to be everything put in his hand, so,
Right.
yes. See, if we love freestyle, it would be different.
I love all music, but that music I just don't understand.
You're going to learn a lot tonight about
Yes.
It's fine. I love to learn,
it.
but
Okay. But anyway, let's get to the show. Hope everybody's going to enjoy the show. We got, what's the name of the insurance company?
Combined Insurance.
Combined Insurance. And we got two special guests in the house. We're going to introduce them when we go live on the app. We're going to be going live on the app in about another minute. So please, guys, enjoy the show, and we'll be talking to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, I would like to welcome you to another episode of Jay and Ralph's House. The only podcast on the internet that you can speak freely and will not get banned. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Jay and Ralph's House with your host, DJ Master J and Ralph C, and special guest host Joe Gallo.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Jay and Ralph's House. We live on every platform now. We are live on Facebook. We are live on TikTok. We are live on Instagram. We are live on the Spotify. We're going to be going up on the iHeartRadio. We're going to be YouTube tomorrow. We should be up by this after the show. It should be up.
Yep.
So please, supposed to be another snowstorm this weekend. They've said now Sunday into Monday, but they're not really too sure of what's going on.
Overtime for Ralph.
Overtime for Ralph and John.
I know, but I had enough.
I know.
I'm just tired.
This winter was a very bad winter.
Tell me about it.
Everybody's got to bundle up so they don't get sick. So they don't need these people
It's horrible.
next to us. I hope they make a lot of money, but usually when you talk about insurances, people get afraid and they don't know what to do with insurances, and they don't know how to handle the paperwork. They don't know how to handle everything, the costs and everything. So now the two people we have as our guests tonight, they handle those things. They've been in business a long time, and Ralph is going to introduce them in a few minutes, but I want to give a big shout out to everybody that's listening in on the app and on Facebook Live. So, Ralph and Mr. Joe Gallus here.
And
early.
he's sitting right next to me.
Good evening, everyone.
Joe, you must feel real special right now.
I do.
Yeah,
Sitting right next to me.
I know.
You can take your hand off my lap now. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what? We just had a sexual harassment. We had to take a course on that the other day. So there he goes. There,
Call
get the-
HR.
Yeah, well, there's the HR right there. Excuse me. Can you get the paperwork out, please?
Yes, we got it.
You got it. It's on camera.
Yeah, it's on camera too.
Thank you.
So,
So these two are from Combined, Charlie. Right, Charlie?
Yep, Charlie Blair.
And how long you been there?
I'm here 15 years. It was February 11th was 15 years, and it's Combined, which is a Chubb benefit company. So the parent company is Chubb. Most people know who Chubb is. It's the biggest insurance company in the world, and Combined's been around for 106 years. We
Nice.
do not advertise. So the money.
Why don't you? Oh, well, we forgot our
Yeah,
other.
Catherine's here.
Catherine. Say que pasa.
Catherine Markopoulos, ¿qué pasa?
Yeah, there you go.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa?
So people were asking me today about insurance, about why do you have these people on? I said, listen, we whoever wants to come on comes on, and to John and myself and Joe, we think insurance is very, very important.
Of course
but,
it is.
But a lot of people get confused.
Yes.
And one of the questions today was, why is it that we have to go through so much to get, what they owe us
Or what they pay for.
or what they pay for?
Yeah.
Is people question you on that?
Well, first, I'd like to say that nobody wants insurance, but every individual wants benefits. So there's a big difference when we talk about insurance. A lot of people, when they hear the word insurance, I might as well ask them if they like a root canal. But people all want benefits. And the biggest thing that people have to realize, in the state of New York, we have the heaviest regulations that are out. Combined or Chubb or Aflac or any company just can't wake up one morning and say we're not paying claims. It's regulated by the state of New York. Most of the time we find, and I find 90% of the time when a claim doesn't get paid, it's because the paperwork wasn't processed properly. Or the individuals are asked to give us certain paperwork and they don't see the need. So the best way I explain that to them, if you have a car accident, do you need a police report? So this is the same. It's the same concept. It's no different than filing a claim for your car than filing a claim for yourself. The most important thing is that people don't seem to realize they'll insure their phones, they'll insure everything, but they'll never insure themselves.
Yeah.
So in our philosophy, we believe that for every dollar that you make, you should be spending 3 cents to protect your 97 cents.
But why do people? I don't understand why people don't realize that. Yeah, you're right. They get insurance on their phones, on their TVs, their cars, but not themselves. Why is that?
They don't never see the need, and a lot of times people live in the land of make-believe. It's never going to happen to me. It's never going to happen to me. I never get sick. You know how many times I've heard that?
All the
I
time.
never get sick. And then 8 months later, Kat, what do we hear? That individual got cancer.
Where were you?
Yeah. Or can I get the policy now?
Right. Oh, that's the best.
I just had a gentleman call me last night. I spoke to him about 3 weeks ago, telling him that with his job, which was a dangerous job, he's in construction, and I told him to get a policy, and he goes, nah, I never get hurt. I'm very careful. Well, he fell out of an elevator shaft, and he's in bad shape.
Oh, wow.
So he's telling me, can you come and give me the insurance? I want to put a claim in.
Now you can't
I
do it
said,
now.
again, it's just like your car. If you have a car accident and you don't have insurance, you can't go get insurance and then get paid on the car. So the problem is that I've learned doing this is that sometimes, I'm not saying people aren't educated, they just don't take the time out to be educated on how the process works.
So how do they educate themselves?
Well, they should call a professional like myself or Catherine or one of our agents. We have over 100 agents here in Long Island, and let them come in and talk and explain everything. But right away, people have, I don't need the insurance. They put the old, I don't need it. Or you hear the famous one, my brother-in-law takes care of it for me. Kat, how many times have you heard that
Plenty of
story?
times.
And they don't even have a
Well,
brother-in-law.
what do you mean that? What do you mean that the
It's a-
brother-in-law? I mean, if they don't have insurance, how's the brother-in-law going to take care of it?
It's their polite way of telling you that
Right.
they have, but they don't have. So it's a polite way for them to get rid of you instead of saying, I'm not interested. Oh, my brother-in-law takes care of that for me. So it's just, we hear all types of stories, and the sad part is that we're trying to help people because, believe it or not, what we do is very, very beneficial to people when the time happens. And I always tell people, you know, you say you don't need it, but if you could tell me one time you went past a hospital and saw a vacancy sign, the next time you see that, could you take a picture? Because every second, every minute of the day, someone's getting sick or hurt. And that's where we come in. And, you know, it's sad to say that people will work very hard all their lives. And I've seen it. I've seen people that got cancer wind up losing their homes because the medical bills are so high that they can't afford to keep their house. I had an individual many years ago. I went to the house. The wife wanted a cancer policy, and the husband kept telling me, no, I'm Greek. I don't get sick. I don't need it. He was 48 years old. She finally told him, I'm going to get the policy. The policy was $38.10 a month for a cancer policy. Well, 8 months, guess who got sick with cancer? Theo, the gentleman that never got sick.
Oh.
He had male breast cancer.
Oh, my God.
And he was picking at it with a pen for months
Oh.
before going to a doctor. So needless to say, that cancer spread to his lungs, to his spine, and in about 10 months, he passed away. When I went to the house after the claim was filed, the woman was sitting there with a stack of paper on a table. She lived in Merrick, and she had tears in her eyes. And I was, you know, saying, I'm so sorry about your husband. And she says, no, I wanted you to come here so we could thank you. Because if you didn't talk my husband into the policies, my kids would have lost their father plus their house. And she pushed the bills. And the combined on that $38.10 policy paid out over $96,000 to her.
How much?
$96,000 because he got 365 treatments of chemotherapy, which was $350 on that policy at that price, and the hospital
and
stays.
the insurance covers all that. Because, you know, there are insurance companies that don't cover that
No,
stuff.
we cover. That's what we're for. You know, it's voluntary benefits. You know, it's not insurance because it's not mandatory to have. But if you work hard all your life and you're out there working hard every day of your life, what is the purpose of not, you know, making sure that you have money in times of needs? And with deductibles right now, we have programs that can help people with their deductibles. You know, there's over 70% of the people in this country don't have $400 to pay a medical bill. That number
I believe it.
is incredible.
I believe that.
But people don't realize also when they tell me, I have great medical coverage. Really? You know when you know you have great medical coverage? You never know because you find out how bad it is when you go into the hospital.
Well, that's the problem because I mean you saw what happened about 2 years ago when that guy was gunned down because I mean people are sick in the head, and all they do is they think about the insurance companies are ripping people off. That's what a lot of people ask me today. Don't you think insurance companies are ripping people off? I don't know. I don't work for an insurance company. I have no clue, But still, when my father got sick, he had great insurance. He worked in Grumman's for over 40 plus years. When he was 88, he went in for a triple bypass, and he survived. And everything was paid for. It was, because, my mother and my father, they're not millionaires, and they're living on a pension and Social Security. So everything was paid for. It was great. But the thing is that, and he passed away about 8 years ago. The thing is, I talk to my mother all the time, and the Medicare, she's paying for Medicare, which I don't understand. And people get so confused. And that's the whole thing about insurance. It must be really hard working for an insurance company because it's probably really competitive, correct?
Well, it's competitive in certain ways. The whole thing that I tell my agents, and Catherine's a big believer, and Catherine's been doing this more than I've been, and she'll tell you she's the best. Just ask her. And
Are you the best?
I am the best.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I am the best.
Because Jay and I had to listen to Ralph and Catherine tell us when we got here how great the both.
So how long you guys been doing this? How long you been doing it?
I've been doing this 22 years, and I love it.
Okay.
Love it.
You sure about that? Because you're always mad all the time.
No, I'm not.
Just at you, Ralph. Just at you.
Ask Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we got a nice little. We got pet insurance for a dog. We
Yeah.
got pet insurance.
You need
What,
that.
what are you paying for that?
$40 a month.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. I have a pet too, and I was paying it until I started seeing that it didn't cover anything, so I got rid of it.
No, this is great insurance. I got it through the union.
Now-
And go ahead, John.
No. Now, if somebody wants to get a plan from you guys, what's the cost of the plans and how the plans work?
We have plans that start as little as $4 a week. Again, it's based on what you're looking
For,
for.
yes.
Well, we come in, we do an analysis of what your concerns and needs are.
Okay.
We sit down. There is some personal questions, so there's a lot of times we like doing it privately somewhere. You know, people do have privacy laws and
The HIPAA law.
and all that. And so we sit down, and my big thing is what I try to do, and Catherine does the same, is we don't try to oversell. You know, there are salespeople out there that just, okay, I got this sale, I'm going in for the kill. You know, we're a big believer in my team, the people that work for me, and Catherine was one of the ones that showed me that also is, you know, you have to do what's best for your client, and that's what's best for you. And
Yeah.
by doing that, you build relationships, and then you get referrals. And with the referrals, so when guys go in and they get that big sale, okay, that's a pot of gold for them. For us, a sale is nice, but the pot of gold is the referrals that we're going to get after that sale. That's the pot of gold. So again, we customize. Everyone's different. You know, if someone has cancer in their family, I recommend that you get a cancer policy. If someone has heart attacks, their mother and father both had heart attacks, then I suggest that we get a critical care policy. You know, people don't realize. It's just like so, John. Who do you look like? Your mom or your dad?
My dad.
Okay, and is your dad still here?
No, he's deceased.
And what, if you don't mind me asking, what did he pass from?
Heart attack.
Okay, so just like you inherit your dad's good looks, you're going to inherit most likely his illnesses.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, when you go to doctors, they ask for family history and things like that. Well, we do the same. We're digging deep. We're not doing this to be nosy. We're doing this so that we could give you the best possible coverage with a minimum amount of
Right.
cost. What I try to do, and Catherine does the same, is we'll ask someone, what do you make an hour? And if they tell me they make $30 an hour, then we're basing that on, we're going to give you 1 hour work, a week's work, 1 hour. We're going to try to give you as much coverage as we can give you.
With that
Will
1
that
hour.
work? Yes.
Okay.
Will that work for you?
Yes, 100%.
And that's how we break
All right,
it down.
sign here, John.
All right. See, you already got a client. Look at that. That was quick.
Well, also the thing is that how many different coverages are there? There must be there's so many illnesses out there.
Well, there's illnesses that are covered. Like we have a sickness plan that covers every type of illness you could have. The thing that's about that plan is if you had advice or treatment for diabetes or heart attack or stroke, that disqualifies you for that policy. But people don't realize, especially diabetics, 73% of people that are diagnosed with diabetes most likely are going to get some form of cancer.
I have diabetes.
So I always suggest get a
I'm
cancer
diabetic.
policy.
Yeah, I'm diabetic.
Get a cancer policy.
And I still drink soda, and I don't, right,
Yeah.
Joe? I still
Right.
do really bad things. And
That's
I
why
should
they
be
banned.
doing.
That's why they banned handguns in New York. Because
Yeah.
of people like that.
Well, listen, it's hard when you're diagnosed with something that, and then it changes your life. Your whole life shifts, another way, and you're trying to do, the best you can, but it's not easy.
No.
Because at a certain age, you're set. You want to, eat spaghetti and eat macaroni, pasta. What do you got?
With gravy.
With gravy and French bread. You know what I mean? But the thing is that people always say, and we deal with a lot of insurance companies. They come in down DPW all the time and City Hall. What's the difference between your insurance and say Aflac or who's the other one that comes in there?
Colonial,
Pearl Carroll and all these other ones.
Well, you know better than I know because I
Yeah.
talk with a lot of people from the towns. Pearl Carroll, if they want to talk about a company that don't pay claims, there's a company.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, okay? And I don't care what I say because we own the radio station, okay? I was told when I became head of the union that these are the only people who should be dealing with it. You know what I said? No, I'm going to deal with whatever is better for the membership. That's why I invite everybody in. You know, I'm not going to deal with just one company because, you know, they're in bed with them. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I got to do the right thing with the membership and bring everybody in.
And that's the right way it should be, Ralph, and more people should think that way. So, to answer to your question is, well, first of all, combined insurance has been around for 106 years, and if you could tell me how many TV commercials or how many ads you've seen about combined in the last...
I never see you guys. You guys never advertise.
We don't do any advertising.
Mr.
Yeah.
Stone, W. Clement Stone, started this company back in 1919, and it's you could say, oh yeah, everybody says that, but he started the company with $100 and a dream, and his mother was his partner. And he started this company, and he built it up to what it became. Mr. Stone's belief was that we're not spending money on advertising because then we're going to have to pass that cost on to our clients, and that's going to increase premiums. So if you look at any company, and we can sit down, and I've done this with so many different people, we can compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. But if we sit down and you look at our policies are less expensive, and our benefits are richer. We are, on the average, between 23 to 37% less than Colonial, Pearl Carroll, Unum, and Aflac. And the reason for that is because you'll never see us spending money on advertising.
I never see you, John. You ever see a commercial?
No.
Joe,
no.
you ever see a commercial on?
No.
No. Joel's very quiet today because he's celebrating his 29th anniversary.
Okay.
We have insurance for that, too, John.
Yeah.
It's called life insurance.
There you go. But the whole issue is that, and I'm going to be honest with you, and you know, listen, I talked to you, and people just don't trust insurance companies,
Yeah.
and that's a fact. Even Richard Bazil's on. He's saying, sounds like he's got to call a priest because he's got like tons of injuries too. But he said happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Was he a stunt man?
Yeah, he's got like what about if somebody goes for a knee operation or a hip operation?
As long as they have the policies before they're diagnosed with these issues. In the state of New York, a pre-existing condition cannot be covered for 1 year. And the reason for that is to protect the insurance companies, but it's also to stop people from committing fraud. So it's important. Many years ago, there was no cap on disability. So let's say people were making $50,000, certain groups would go and say, I make $100,000, insure me for it. They don't make 100, they make 50. And eventually in the 70s, New York State got involved and said, okay, we have to stop this because two things are going to happen. We're going to deplete the workforce because everyone's going to go out and get a policy and get paid disability on this.
Yeah.
And we're going to deplete the workforce, and we're going to bankrupt the insurance companies.
Well, I mean, how much fraud is out there?
There's a lot. During 9/11, combined insurance had over $50,000 in false claims for debt.
Really?
People threw their wallets into,
What about
the,
COVID?
into the rubble down.
What about COVID?
We didn't get hit that bad. We got hit a little bit, but not as bad.
Because
but
it's coming out now about COVID, about
Yeah.
all these people that try to screw all these insurance companies, and they should go to prison. To be honest with you, but that's not going to happen. You know that,
Yeah.
right? But the thing is there is a commercial that I'm going to ask you about. It's not your commercial, but there's this thing
Because
called.
they don't have any, Ralph. Pay attention.
I know. But there's this
He's
company.
planning your anniversary.
There's this. Oh yeah, definitely. There's this company called Colonial. I see it on
Springs?
Colonial Penn.
Colonial Penn. And they were like, okay, we even take pre-existing people. You ever see that
Yeah,
commercial?
it's called Gap Insurance.
So you know what I did? I said, you know what? This is way too good to be true because they're saying it's $9.99 or something like that.
That's per unit. You got to read the bottom.
I went on the Better Business Bureau and I read the complaints about that, and it's sad that people buy into that, but they really don't know what they're getting themselves into. You have to read the complaints on that. It was just incredible, the complaints, and one of them was they put in a claim. The husband got cancer or something, but they knew that he had cancer. They said they're still waiting.
Well, what happens with that policy, again, people jump into things without being educated, and sometimes, unfortunately,
They see the price.
the salesperson didn't go in because the salesperson's only worried about their commissions. So what happens with that policy, it's a final resting policy, or it's a gap policy, whatever it may be called. It's only up to $10,000 or maybe $15,000. It's life insurance. But you could have that ailment, cancer, you could have whatever illness you have, but you have to live 2 years before they're going to pay out the death penalty.
Why
The
is that?
death. Because they're taking the risk, saying that you're going to survive, especially with cancer. You know, people get diagnosed with cancer, 73% of them still survive.
Oh, look, see, you were right because
Ralph, once I thought I was wrong.
Hugo's wife just said that I called and they go by the unit.
Yeah,
So you're right. They go by the
it's
unit.
not. People see the $9.99 and go, "Oh, I'm getting life insurance, $10,000 worth of life for $9.99." Yeah. The other thing that people don't realize.
What about not to cut you off? What about
It's twice.
well, listen.
Ralph's first time.
No, I
They
I
don't
wanna,
do commercials,
I
Ralph.
have to. No. I have to-
advertising.
I don't want to forget what I'm saying. What about seniors and veterans? Do you guys take care of them? Or
When you say seniors, what's the age of a senior? I'm a senior. I'm
well,
67.
like
I'm a senior.
no,
You're gonna take care of me?
I'll take care of you. It's up to you. No, I'm like saying people over like 80.
Like, what's your age cutoff?
Yeah, what's your age
On the
cutoff, yeah.
sickness plans, on the cancer plans, critical care is 64. If you buy it before the age, if you buy it at 64, you could keep it for the rest of your time that you're alive. You know, people sometimes I hate to say this, but I love when people tell me I have $2 million in life insurance.
There's no such thing.
You know, there is.
There is?
Congratulations. Congratulations. So how much of that are you going to see?
Zero.
Nothing.
Oh, is that right?
The other
Oh,
thing,
if your family's going to see it.
you're going to be
Oh,
dead.
right. You're right.
You're going to be
Come
dead.
on, Ralph, pay attention.
No, but I'm going to be buried with my 2
I think
million.
he's got
that's for
gravy
sure.
on the brain.
The other thing that people don't realize, and it does have a purpose, term insurance, if you Google this, term insurance, out of all the companies that sell term insurance, how much do you think get paid out?
How much?
I'm not going to give you the answer. You told me the questions are going to be hard. I gave you a hard one.
I would. What is? They're probably about 30%.
Yeah. Oh, how about 2?
No. That's impossible. 2%.
Do you trust Google?
No.
Go and Google it.
No, I don't
2%
trust
of term insurance get paid out. And the reason for this is most of the time people outlive the term. So once the term is up, they cancel the policy. Or people buy 25-year terms. They have the policies for 20 years. Their kids are grown, and they get rid of it. So term insurance has a purpose. But I always tell people, term insurance, do you want to own your house or do you want to rent your house? Because term insurance, you're renting. And eventually all that money you paid into it is gone. So it does serve a purpose. You have young children, you have a mortgage, you want to cover that, make sure your wife's okay. But people don't get a whole life policy, which is important. So they should buy the whole life when they're young, so it's inexpensive. And then when they get older, when the time comes, they're not leaving their children with that burden of, okay, who has the $20,000 to bury mom or dad? So, people don't realize that. The other thing that people don't realize, they'll get term insurance from their job. What happens when they leave the job? The policy's gone.
Well, they don't. Yeah, it doesn't carry over. Right?
No. So people don't realize it. Now they're 60-something years of age, and they need life insurance, and then they call us up, and they go, I need life insurance, and then you tell them the price, and they go, oh, my God, it's so expensive. Well, you should have bought it when we told you at 40 when it was nothing.
Yeah, look at what the people. So Yvette is saying, one unit is 1,000. The max coverage is up to 18,000, and then she said, I forgot. For the coverage of 18,000, you have to pay almost $120 a month.
Yep.
That is,
And you're not covered the first 2 years.
I don't understand that either.
Because they're not going to take risk. The insurance companies are not in the business to take risk. So if person's diagnosed with cancer, they're hoping, okay, I got cancer, I can't get anything. Let me take a shot. What they will do, though, they'll pay back portion of the premiums.
But then how do you trust insurance companies?
It's
if
not
they
a
do
matter
that?
of trust. They're showing
I
you in black
know.
and white.
Yeah,
they're
well-
not. They're not deceiving. It's just that people, like you said before, Ralph.
A lot of
just
people
look
don't
at the
educate
price.
themselves. They don't educate. That's the
Or
problem
they
also.
don't. They listen. I always tell my agents, you have to make everything clear to them. Write it down for them. Underline it, because people only listen to 7% of what you're saying, and that's the truth. They don't listen, and they only hear what they. If you make a mistake, they hear that mistake, but they don't hear the other good things that you tell them.
Right.
You know, so you really got to be clear with them. I always leave people like today. I was with two nurses, and I explained everything to them, and then I told them, okay, I want you to tell me what we just went over, and I don't leave until they do that.
Oh, so did they listen to you at least?
Well, if they don't, then I got to go explain everything to them again, because I'm not walking out of there. I'll tell you a story. This is a pretty funny story, though, too, but I got in trouble for it. But you know the cat story? You think you remember that story?
No, go ahead.
All right, so a long time ago, when I first started, I get a call from a woman. And whenever you get a call sometimes from people and they're asking for a policy, like a cancer policy, kind of red flags go up, you know, like why out of nowhere they want a cancer policy now, you know? So I guess I was in the business 2 years, so I get a call. This woman was over in Valley Stream. I go into Valley Stream, and I walk into this little apartment. Now, I never
yes,
smoked
yes,
a
yes.
cigarette. I never smoked a cigarette in my life. So when I walk in, I can smell cigarettes. I can see, you know, it stinks like cigarettes in here. So now I sit down. It was a small little apartment, little dinette area, kitchen area, and, you know, bedroom, whatever. And I'm looking at the curtains, and they're white sheer curtains, and they got a little gray tint in them. So I'm going, okay, so somebody smokes in this house. So I said to the woman, I tell her her name, and she tells me her name, and I said, do you smoke? And she says, no. I said, you don't smoke. I says, okay. I said, do you live here with anyone? She goes, no, it's just me and the cat. I go, oh, it's you and the cat. So I open up again. I said, do you smoke? She says, no again. So the premiums for a smoker are a lot higher than the premiums for non-smokers. So I says, okay. I noticed in the kitchen there was a big thing that looked like an ashtray. So I said, you know, I have a piece of paper. Can I go in the kitchen and throw it in the garbage can? Do you have a garbage can? She goes, yeah, go. I went in. The reason why I went in there, I wanted to look at the ashtray. So I look into the ashtray, and there's cigarettes, and there's lipstick on the cigarettes.
So it was hers.
So I go back into the table. I sit down, and she's looking at me, and she says, okay. I says, I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you smoke? She said, no. I said, okay, have a good day. I pack up my stuff, and I'm leaving. She goes, what's the matter? I said, well, I really don't feel comfortable writing these policies. So she says, why? I says, well, I just don't feel comfortable. I said, you got some issues here, and I don't want to get involved in writing a policy. So she says, well, what's the issues? I said, well, you got two issues. She goes, what are they? I go, one is your cat smoking. And the other issue is your cat's wearing your lipstick. And at that point, I left. So the next day, when I went to my office, of course, my boss calls me in his office and says, did you tell a woman that her cat smoked and wore her lipstick? I said, yes. He goes, why? And I told him. He goes, well, why would you tell her that? I go, because I'm not signing a contract with her where she's lying. And then when she puts a claim in for cancer and they deny it because they go to her medical records to see that she smoked, I'm going to get written up by the state of New York, and I'm not risking my license for no one. So, you know, again, when you deal with people, you got to educate them. You have to let them know everything that goes on.
Who's on the phone?
So,
We got a special guest on the phone, Mr. Bazil.
Oh, Richie.
Yep.
Hello, everybody.
How are you, Rich?
Good. How's everything going?
Good. Are you learning anything tonight?
Yeah, I've been around that. I understand what's going on.
They don't do commercials.
That's the issue. You know, these other companies, you know, they got to, you know,
They use your money
They-
to get a duck to fly around.
yeah, they got a duck going
38
around.
million.
How much?
38 million a year they spend on advertising.
They got ducks. They got what's the one when the guy runs around with a
Yeah, but they're not spending $38 million. We are.
Right.
yeah, that's right.
People out there, I got to pay through the nose.
Well, that's why I tell people Aflac's not an insurance company. They're a marketing company.
Yeah, they sell hats, they sell T-shirts. You know what I mean? And then what's the one that runs around with that ostrich or whatever the hell it is? What is that?
Oh, that's annoying.
Emu, the emu,
Emu,
and Dave.
yes.
Yeah.
Emu.
Yeah, how much? How much of the? So Richie, why don't you explain? Why don't you explain to everybody that how much work was done on your body?
Nah, just a little bit. Back surgeries, knees. Nothing bad.
No, and had the
We
insurance?
had broken parts.
Yeah, and had your insurance? Did your insurance cover you well?
Yeah, 100%,
Okay, good.
which was good. We had Combined Life years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I
You
think
already
that's
had
who
it?
You're with now, right?
Yeah, Combined Life.
What's that?
Yes. It's Combined
Yeah, I
Life.
had that years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would they switch? They switched to something or?
No, what happened was we had our policies, me and my wife, and we had policies for the kids for injuries and health and all of that. And my oldest son, when I told you, had the brain surgery when he was 18, and he was in intensive care, which covered that. So we called up to put a claim, and they said, no, he's under a cancer policy. I said, why would I have a 17-year-old kid under a cancer policy? So it wound up being a big mix-up in their paperwork, so I just bailed.
Yeah.
I don't knock them.
How long was that? How long was
we
that?
had the stuff. How long ago would that be? About 10 years ago? No, wait. Yeah, about 12 years ago. We had the policy probably for 5 years, 6 years. 13 years. 13 years ago, to be exact. And it was. Yeah, we had it from when we got married, which was like 36 years ago.
Thank God you have Tony Ann in the background. I just want to say.
So back in
forget
the
it. What I'm done.
so back in the day, Rich, right?
Yeah, Rich.
So
Yes.
back in the day, if you and your wife had the policies originally on yourselves, individual, we sold
Yes.
individual policies. So if the husband and the wife wanted a policy, we didn't sell a joint policy, husband and wife, or single parent or family policies. They were individual policies. So if you wanted it, you could have it for yourself. Your wife could have it for yourself. However, you have to be 18 years old in order to get that policy. Then we had
Right.
children on the policies, but they would have to take out the policy themselves individually, and of course you were paying for it. So if you guys got married and you had the policies previously before while you were married or whatever, and then you had children later, you would have had to take out a policy for them individually. So
Right.
I don't know when the agent came around or anything like that, or who the agent was. But at that point, were you interested in a cancer policy? Because, like, me personally, I don't come out right away and sell a cancer policy to somebody unless somebody's asking me for a cancer policy because if they have, like, a need or something because of that. So, like, what was the situation about? Like, it's just odd that someone would come out.
It was all, health and stuff like that. We didn't want any cancer policies at that time. If I was a little older, I would have took it out on me and my wife, but not the kids. There's no reason, I wouldn't put that on the kids.
Well, the cancer policy...
But we had all the paperwork.
It was a family
The
policy.
cancer policy is relatively inexpensive, so people like to put the family on the whole policy. So for instance, like our cancer policy starts at $13 for an individual, right? And then the family policy is like maybe $30. So people put the kids on there automatically anyway. Why would you say no? You know what I mean? It's husband and wife. Once you put husband and wife on a cancer policy, it's considered a family policy.
It's a family policy.
So everybody throws their kids
Right.
on there no matter what. Because why not? Why would you not? If I'm going to tell you, hey, I have a cancer policy for you and it's you and your wife, but you can put your kids on, you're like, no, I don't want to put my kids on there. Nobody says that. Of course you put your kids on there. It's part
But
of
you
the
had
deal.
an accident
Yeah,
policy.
We had them all. I mean, we had,
Yeah, but
and
the-
it was good what we had. I didn't skim, but we never even discussed the cancer policy. And that's what got me. I was like, and I was telling the guy was very nice. That was our agent at the time. And I said, how could this be? I said, we never even discussed it. He goes, it's a glitch in the paperwork.
I don't
I said,
think
but that
so.
hurts me. I've been paying.
No way. I'll tell you why. Because back then, 10 years ago, everything was done on paper. So you had to have known what you were signing. There's no way you couldn't have known what you were signing. No way. If I came up to you with a
No.
computer right now and I was doing stuff on my computer, you might be able to say that. But back in the day, we had paper documents, and you had to
Right, I
physically
understand.
sign them.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry there
Well,
was
whatever
a
we
confusion
found-
there. But again, the
Yeah,
reason
no,
why I
listen.
asked, we can know once a claim is set up. But 10 years is a little bit too long. Once a claim is set up, normally within 3 years, we can go back and readjust it. Because again, a lot of times people go when they put their claims in, they don't know what they're doing. And we always tell them, let us
Yeah.
come and do the claim. I like going to do the claims myself, and I especially like doing it if I go to the job site, because now I get more people to
Yeah.
talk to. So when we do claims, we make sure we're thorough with it. And a lot of times people do it themselves. And I just had a guy, a mechanic over in Oceanside. He put himself on fire, and he was entitled to ICU, and he put a claim in, didn't put in the paperwork for the ICU, and he picked up another $18,000 from us because I said to him, "What are you talking about? You had to be in ICU. You put yourself on fire." And I went through the paperwork, and I found that he had another $18,000. So what am I getting now? I'm getting free oil change probably until my car dies.
I like better than nothing.
Exactly.
No, listen, like I said, I don't knock it because I think it was very good because I know a lot of people that had it and they're very happy with it.
It's
I
a-
don't-
it's
I
And
don't
the
have
policy,
anything against
and the policies now are way better than
way
15
better.
years
It's
ago.
like insane.
They're not as expensive, believe it or not.
So I want to go on just to say that, and I want to define something here. So anyone who takes an accident policy, an accident is defined as anything that happens to your body from the outside in. A bug bite, bee sting, poison ivy, driving or riding in your car, at home. You can be in Puerto Rico. So I say simply to people, if I hit you, that's an accident. You bump your leg, that's an accident. You're picking something up and you hurt your back, that's an accident. You're on Jones Beach, you step on a seashell, that's an accident. And a sickness is defined as anything that happens to your body from the inside out. So you're coughing, COVID, flu, heart attack, anything like that. So that's important.
Right.
That everybody understands the difference between those two. And again, the company is called Combined Insurance. My name is Catherine Markopoulos and Charlie Blair. I can be reached at 516-444-9246. 516-444-9246.
We're gonna put that on the website, right, John?
Yeah, we'll put it on the
We'll put
website,
all that
definitely.
stuff on the website.
And all claims go through Chubb Benefit. Chubb is the biggest insurance company in the world. It's only worth $300 billion at the present time. So it's Chubb. So Combined was combined by itself up until 2008. And in 2008, Chubb bought us. And now we're under the Chubb umbrella. So it's combined, because we're not going to get rid of a name that's 100 years old. But it's combined, a Chubb Benefit Company. So all the benefits under Chubb are underwritten under Chubb, and it's nice to have a financial strength of Chubb behind us. And Chubb prides themselves on paying claims.
Well, it's Richie. You know what happened?
I'll tell you how far back I go. You remember Marion?
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
She always had a cigarette.
Always had a cigarette. We always had a cup of coffee ready for her. She came to the house. She was like a relative.
Yes.
She come one day. She didn't need to come. That's how far back I go. My whole family.
Yeah, I followed in her
and
footsteps.
she had that. Did you? Yeah, she had the bun on her head. Remember the bun?
That big, large Cadillac that she had that she drove around in.
Yeah, because all we do was sit in the kitchen and look out the front door, and all you seen is this bun sticking up. I said, Marion's here.
She used to walk into people's
and
houses.
she did the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
She was part
she
of the
was
family.
good at what she did.
Yeah, she was a top salesman for a long
She
time.
was good.
Well, she doesn't
And you
work
know
for the
something?
company anymore?
Retired.
Oh, she retired?
Yeah.
She's sitting on a bag full of money.
I was going
It's
to
a
say,
Benz.
she
It's
did good, though.
it's a Bentley now. It's not a Cadillac.
Listen, my family alone, you could even ask Ralphie and them guys, is huge.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had the whole family was with us.
Maron. You
know?
want to talk? They're half
Yeah.
of Glen Cove. They're half of Glen Cove.
Yeah, and all the neighbors, my next door neighbors jumped on. It was like a whole family. Like she came to the house, the whole neighborhood came over. It was like, oh my God, we're having a party. Marion's here. You know what I mean? She's writing policies and going through things with people, and it was like I was looking for a kickback at one point. I was like, wow, she's doing all the business here. Can I get a juice?
She should have brought you coffee.
Yeah, right? You should have put your hair in a bun.
No, that hairdo was something you couldn't buy that today. People.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you, it looked like, and it was perfect. It looked like she took it off the shelf, put it on her head, and went out.
I'm sure she did.
Do you remember who you bought that
And it was-
cancer policy from?
Do you remember the guy's name?
I was a guy.
Yeah, they came down to my business at the time, and I forget his name.
Dominic Lino. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife didn't read it, when she said it, and it said accident policy, blah, 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 signed it or whatever. Then when he was in a hospital, I called a guy, and he goes, oh, yeah, no problem, I'll take care of it. And he goes, I got bad news, there was a mix-up. It's a cancer policy. I was
There's
like,
never
why would there be
mix-ups.
This just can't be a mix-up.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Something went wrong, and like I said, I'm not going to throw the book at anybody because I don't understand it, so I can't.
Right.
No, it's
I know
really
he didn't do it intentional.
insurance is really like. I mean, it's not easy. It's like doing your taxes. It changes every year, correct?
Well, it doesn't change.
and you
It's
wanna
the
know-
thing that people have to realize, and I tell this to, we go now into corporations, big corporations. Matter of fact, we just took over the whole city of New York. So all the policemen, all the firemen, everyone's under us now. And they got rid of Aflac and moved us in. So the big thing that you have to remember is that you have to make sure that you let the professionals do what they do. I go into
Right.
businesses. I was in a business yesterday, and it was it's an assembly place. They make little pieces for the medical professions, for the machines. And the gentleman says, well, I'll go in the back and ask the guys if they want insurance. And I said, could you please not do that? He goes, why? I said,
Yeah.
because, again, nobody wants insurance, but people want benefits. And I said, would you want me to go in the back and start working on the machines? Let me do what I do,
Exactly.
and you do what you do. And that's where it's important.
Yeah.
And, again, a lot of times when people are dealing with the insurance, it's like if I was spending $100 a month, I would make sure that I understood every part of that policy before I would put my name
Yeah.
onto something. And that's the other thing. People, their attention span sometimes is so short that they don't want to pay attention. They just want to sign the paper and move on. And I tell people,
Yeah.
make sure. I was saying earlier today, I was with two nurses, a husband and a wife, both nurses, and I made them repeat everything back to me because I wanted to make sure they understood
Yeah.
what they were getting involved in. And it just makes my life and Catherine's life and anyone that works for me, I train them the same. It just makes their lives easier down the road if you take that time out in the beginning to educate who you're dealing with. You're not going to have that confusion later on.
I feel, listen, things are going to happen. I understand that. We didn't make a big deal out of it. We were more concerned because my kid having brain surgery.
Yes,
I could care less
and I'm
about
sorry
it,
to hear that.
at point. Yeah, no, thank God he's okay.
Great.
You know what I mean? It was just something that was like, I can't believe this, but it's whatever. Listen, it saved his life. I'd rather that. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So
Exactly.
I never knocked it, and I'll tell you right on the air here, I loved your company. I mean, you guys are very good
Yeah.
to everyone that we sent.
How old is your son now?
He's 31.
So he's been cancer free
Yes,
since.
yes, Joe, and my wife did correct me.
You're welcome.
Again.
He's been cancer free for more than 10 years.
Yeah, it wasn't cancer.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't cancer that he had, and yeah, that's why it wasn't something.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But it's okay. Listen, he's alive. He don't have cancer. I'm
He's still
good with
eligible
that.
for a sickness policy, though.
No, it depends. What was it? Was it an aneurysm?
It was just no.
Carrying malformation and syringomyelia.
If you could understand that, I'll give you $1.
If I could spell it, would you give me 100?
100, I give you 1,000. I can't even say it.
Hey, Rich, you better not leave the house without her.
Right.
No,
know-
if she ever loses her mind, I gotta end it.
But you know what? Does she still go to BJ's on Sundays?
Yeah, she's dropping the Saturdays with the snowstorms.
Oh, okay. But you got to let me know when she,
Now.
Richie. You got to let me know when she goes there because I want to follow her. I want to put some stuff in the
I want to
cart.
go too. She won't let me.
Tomorrow morning, 7:30.
7:30 tomorrow morning. She's going, but she makes sure that I'm sleeping.
That's her alone time, Richard. Leave her alone.
I know.
Well, the good
I
news.
try to leave her alone. I even bought a new recliner, so I stayed downstairs.
Jesus.
You got the leather slippers?
Oh yeah, with the
Well,
lights and everything. It's
Can I tell you what happened the other day, Richie? So
I would love to hear it.
about 2 weeks ago, I slipped on a patch of ice, and I don't even remember falling or hitting my head, but I got a concussion, right? So I have Pearl Carroll insurance with the union. I called the lady up. You know what she said to me? I told her what happened. She goes, "What do you want me to do?"
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah. No.
I'm surprised you didn't say well, you should have harassed
Do you know how pissed off I was?
Especially when I tell you that you would have got 400 from us.
I went to the emergency. I went to the emergency room.
You would have got 400.
Yo,
from
Richie,
us.
the lady said, I explained to her what, and Richie, I don't even remember. All I remember is Albie put me in the truck. I went down hard because I slipped. You know, it was at Winter Brothers, and I got out of the truck, and all I remember is
More than that.
getting in the truck. And then I went to the hospital. They said my brain was swelled, but at least my mind is still great.
His
Did
head
they say
is
your
swelled.
head was swollen or your
Yeah,
brain?
my head was swollen.
It's still swollen.
Yeah.
Then swollen didn't go down yet.
But you know what?
I
Well,
believe that you went to the emergency room and they told you they found a brain swelling.
yeah, but you know what? I said to the nurse, I said, give me an arithmetic, problem. I could solve it. I'm all right. But I had a shoulder injury and I had a concussion. I went home and I said, let me call these people. I called them up and I can't believe the lady said that to me. Yeah.
Did you collect anything?
Yeah.
Nothing. She goes,
Still?
no.
Joe, he can't
Again,
remember.
like this.
No, I had I'm working with a lawyer, a union lawyer called me and they said that they've been talking with Winter Brothers because of the incident. But, I called Pearl Carroll and the lady's like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like, are you serious?
Oh my God.
I just fell
You
in.
should have told her. What are you going to say? Listen, I want you to take a ride with me to try to get me a good price on a car. Of course I'm calling you for insurance.
Yeah, she's
Like
like,
he said before, he knows what he's doing. He likes to talk to the people, and he explains everything. If you have something like that with these people, you got to get rid of them.
yeah, no, I got, you know how pissed off I got? I called a union and I talked to the lady that always pushes, Pearl Carroll, and she got on the phone. Her name is Claudia. I said, Claudia, let me tell you something. I said, your insurance that you guys are going around promoting, they suck. So she goes, what happened? I explained to her. She's like, well, you're the only one that has this problem. I said, no. I said, I guarantee other people have this problem because the lady didn't even know what the hell, I was told. I told her, I said, I fell. I don't remember. I was in the emergency room. I got a concussion. And she said to me, what do you want me to do? Are you freaking serious? So you know what I told her? I'm like, I'm going to look for different insurance. Cause I told her, I said, I was so pissed off. So then, I had to go to a training class, last week.
Yeah.
And, the president of the union was there from Long Island. He comes up to me. He goes, you're a troublemaker. I said, why? He goes, well, you got everybody trying to find out who said that to you. I'm like, I'm telling you. I said, I'm telling you, that's what she said on the phone. And I'm tired of Pearl Carroll. I don't even want him around anymore because that was bullshit.
Yeah.
It was bullshit.
Yeah.
It really pissed me off.
Yeah.
And now the union was mad at me because the way I was talking to the lady who promotes him. But I was pissed off. You blame me?
Well, listen, I don't blame you at all because she should have explained it to you instead of saying, what do you want me to do? That's a very bad approach.
It was a bad approach.
Ralph, Catherine could sign you up right now for an accident policy.
That's it.
Especially
Can
with
I
the
get money
snow.
for my head right now?
Since-
I got-
No.
With the
Why
snow
not?
coming Sunday, you'll be covered.
I got headaches. I got headaches.
Listen, Ralphie, the pre-existing conditions me and you have with the head.
Oh, we're forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it. But but Richie,
My wife was laughing.
Richie, why are they mad at me? Because I told these people that they were all full of shit. You know what I mean?
Because you didn't go behind the wall and say it. You said it to their face.
I said it to their face, and then he got pissed off at me.
They
He goes,
can't handle it.
"Well," he says to
Never
me,
change the way you are.
I'm not going to change. I don't care. But the problem is
No.
that this is why people don't trust insurance companies. Not saying that, combined, they're good people. They always been good to me. And I even said, listen, I'll bring you around, the membership. I don't care. I don't give a shit about Pearl Carroll. But the problem is that, now I could have got some cash going into the emergency room and I didn't get nothing. Zero. Nothing.
Yeah.
And that really pissed me off.
And it wasn't that. And it's one thing that you weren't covered. but it could have been said to you in a better way.
No.
You know what I mean?
And
Not
then-
just
right.
what you want me to do.
And then, you know what they're saying, Richie? They go, oh, you know, you got the whole place going nuts. They're trying to find out who said to you.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, you know
Um,
what? You're going to open up some people's eyes. There's going to be somebody else
They-
that may avoid losing.
They called me on Monday, right, Richie? The Pearl Cow called me Monday, and they were apologizing to me, and I told them to stick it up their ass. I told them to stick it up there because I don't care anymore.
I don't blame you.
You know what? I went down hard, man. I went down hard, and I don't even remember anything. I
The
don't.
video's on YouTube
And you
if
wanna
you
know
want to see it.
something?
Yeah.
Oh my God! No, but the truth is, if you don't open people's eyes with it like this, is not like even the little incident I had. I don't blame them. It was a mistake. Something got screwed up somewhere. It could have been our end too. So why am I going to bash them? They didn't really do anything wrong. You
Well,
know what I mean? I think they're a good company.
The good news, Richie, is that your son, even though he had that episode, you know, that ailment, he still qualifies.
Yeah.
Today he qualifies. So I would highly recommend, you know, that you set something up with me and I can come by and we can go over things. And I explain things very simply to you. I make sure that you understand everything. So I'd be more than happy to come by and
Can you put your hair in a bun for him?
yes, I can.
And make sure you let him know he'll make coffee for you, right,
Yeah.
Richie?
No, we're gonna make. What did I make last time I stunk when I went over there?
Oh,
Eggplant
eggplant.
Parmesan.
Yeah, eggplant
Oh yeah,
parmesan.
he came here. He's one of our family members. He came here. He stunk like eggplant. We were going to open him up right here and start eating.
We had the knife and fork ready.
Yeah, we were all ready to go. So,
See, but then I can't give it to Joe. Joe only gets Chinese tea.
so just promote your website. Promote everything you guys want to do. It's your time. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Catherine?
like I said, I would definitely be into sitting down with them in time. Definitely, that's not a problem.
Okay.
at all.
All right, we'll pass them your number, and
Yep.
then they'll get in contact with
Yep.
you, and then you guys can set something up.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's Charlie Blair at combined.com. My phone number is 516-551-6318. Feel free to call. We work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Again, we'll come and do your claims for you. We're big on the sale after the sale, meaning that we want to come and service the account. Sometimes we get a little carried away. We call every 3 months to make sure everybody's okay, because people do forget to put claims in, believe it or not. The littlest things,
Yeah.
especially like health screenings or anything like that. So again, my name is Charlie Blair. It's 516-551-6318. You could also reach me by email at charles.blair@combined.com. And Catherine, take it away.
All right, so I'm Catherine Markopoulos. My phone number is 444-9246. I almost forgot my phone number. So it's 516.
Richie, you got her all shaken up over here, Richie.
Ralph with gravy brain.
516
Ralph, she's putting the bun on.
Rich, you're getting nervous here,
Yeah,
Rich.
it's getting us nervous. My wife's dying laughing here because she expected Mario to walk in the door.
You have life insurance too, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got to talk to you guys.
Yeah, so we do accident sickness.
Do me a favor. When are you gonna come by the yard again?
When do you need me to come by?
Well, we want to talk about life insurance.
All right.
Okay.
Monday's good.
Monday's way too busy for me.
What kind of insurances
What
do
day
you
works
have
for
again?
you? Accident, sickness, disability, cancer, critical care, and life.
And we also do group, meaning that if
Yeah.
you own a business, we could come in and insure your employees at no cost to the employer. When we do the group, the underwriting is not as strict as the individual, and the rates are lower because when we say you're in the group, you're just not in the group of your business. You fall under the same group as the city of New York. So if you're a small business, you're going to get big corporation benefits. Their cost the same.
How many employees is a small business?
It could be as long as we get 3 applications.
Yeah, so they cover you on the job, off the job, in another country. We're international. We pay on top of workman's comp and New York State disability. First day coverage.
Ralph barely leaves Glen Cove, so you got nothing to worry.
Wow. Yeah, we got to get him a policy that only covers up to the Rosslyn Viaduct.
That'd be cheap.
Pretty soon he's going to trip on his hair.
Wait a minute, Angelo. You want them to call you, Angelo? Angelo Stanko's on there. He's asking.
Yeah.
Get his number.
Oh, Angelo.
Put his number and we'll call him.
Oh,
All right, we got another call, Rich. We have to let you go.
All right,
We
Rich.
got our special
Okay.
guest calling in. I'll
Later.
call you back.
Peace.
All right, pleasure, guys.
All right, thank you, Richie.
Okay, I'm
Rich,
gonna-
nice talking to you. Enjoy
All
your
right, bye,
weekend.
bye.
Same here. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Jay and Ralph House Show. Who's this?
It's Edie.
Hello, my sister. What's going on?
Nothing. How are you doing?
We're doing good. We live on the air on the podcast. I was trying to get that Zoom up and running, but apparently it wasn't working. So we'll have you back on, and I'm gonna be working on that Zoom. There's something wrong with the computer wise, but I'm glad you called in, and we'll get to interview you, and we're gonna be having little questions for you about your career.
I'm ready.
Good. Well, just give us a minute. We're getting set up, and then we'll get back to you in 2 seconds. Wait, just
Sure.
wait. Yeah, wait 1 second.
Yeah. I'm putting your box back. My booster seat. My booster seat.
Thank you, pleasure.
Thank you for everything. Great. Double X.
Thanks for the charge, baby.
No problem. Anytime, honey. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Give me your number before you leave.
I'm gonna come by the thing, but I'm gonna go grab some little gifts and some business cards.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Do me a favor, write your number down on a piece of paper for me. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Thanks.
Hello? Hello?
I'm going to my car and go grab a couple of gifts.
No, give me 2 seconds. I'm just setting up everything. Give me 1 second. 'Cause
Hi, Edie.
All the guests just left, so we're going to set up your show. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just turning the computer back on. Do you stop that live?
You want to stop?
Yeah, stop it, because
Yep.
we're gonna go on. I'm gonna try to send you you might stay on the phone with me, because we get the audio from there, but you could be on the